Cool, kids. What it is. What it is, cool kid. All right. We're going to continue our delicious date run. Yeah. It's going to be amazing. Yeah. Continue the delicious date run. I'm excited. Are you guys excited? I'm a little excited. I gotta admit it. Now all I gotta do is figure out what date we ended on last week. I'm gonna find out real quick here. All right, cool kids. So, if you remember, we started the date run, and you can go back and check. The Silver Fun Run is the name of the videos. We start here at 2025, and our old buddy Mr. Parker has declared that this is the ugliest effigy he's ever seen on a coin. And what I want to know, tell me in the comments if you agree that in fact our old friend Mr. Jerry Parker, all right, check out his channel. I'm going to put him in the description. Do you think he's right? Is this uglier than this? Or, it's trigger warning, this? Man, I don't know. You decide. Remember to vote. I did that video yesterday. I need votes, guys. Don't let me down. So we're getting on the tail end of our little fun run here. We're getting to the skivvy. It's really going to slow down because until I come into a bunch of coins from the, well, I won't spoil it, but what the century I'm in, yeah, this is going to really have to slow down because these coins are a lot less readily available than the ones we're used to. All right, 1808 is where we left off. So here's 1807. We saw this coin yesterday, featured heavily. This coin decided the fate of Hank Hill. If you want to know how, check out the Bumping Silver Uglies video I did yesterday. This coin literally played a key role in that. So let's talk about this coin. What is it? Well, as it so happens, this particular coin is a Mexico City half real. And the reason you know it's a half real is because it says here R, not 1R. 1R is a full real, R is a half, as I recall. It is from Mexico City. The mint mark's a little roughed out, but if we zoom in here, you will quickly see it, the circle on top of the M. All right, but if you wanted to make sure, right, when we look this up, we'll check out the assayer. And the assayer is, looks like, wow, that's pretty rough. IR maybe? We'll have to check and see what matches up. The first one looks like an I. The second one might be an M. We'll have to find out. Let's explore. Well, we weren't even close. It's FM. But it does look like an M. FM. Let's see if we can see that. All right, right here. F, M, but it's worn out. You see where it's worn out, right? Where the M we can kind of tell. The F is rough. But it could be an F. Yeah. The bottom of the letter is correct. Let me show you the actual coin in good shape. Got to zoom back out. Okay, here's the coin in good shape. right? And that is, I mean, the mint mark's right. This stuff's so worn, it's hard telling. But we got this one under melt, so we're still doing silver under melt, and we're all the way into 1807. Yeah. I'm going to guess this one was a gift. I already know. This one was a gift from Cy or Captain Silverton in the forums at Kitco. So if you guys want to check those forums out, I did a video about it with the link to Kitco forums. And basically all the basics I learned about silver, I learned there. And then I became a silver collector more than a stacker at some point. I don't know when that happened. And here we are. Now we're making these videos. But the coin is definitely silver. It is 0.903. It is about as much silver as a war nickel, give or take. And it's much smaller, much more pure, but definitely kind of cool. And there you go, guys. There it is. That's our first coin. This is from 1807. Hold on. TH. Hold on. TH. Let's see if that makes more sense. TH. I mean, it kind of does look. T. That definitely looks like a T. The H is muddled, but the T makes more sense than an F. All right, yeah, I actually looked. It's TH. See that? And that was the only assayer. There's also an overdate variety. Let's see if we got that going. I hadn't checked that. Come on, baby. Focus. Oh, for crying out loud. I do not see a 6 in there. No, don't believe that's an 1806. No. Or 1806 over 7. It's an 1807. Now remember the rules for this game. Overdates count for both dates. So if you have an 1807 and an 1807 over 6, you could have the 1807, bam, and you could take the 1807 over 6 and count as the 6. Or whatever, vice versa. You can count for either date. All right, now you wouldn't want to use the same coin for both years. You could. I have no problem with it, actually. Judges, can we get a ruling? All right, 1806. Man. 1806, we're going back to Spain. Are we in Mexico? No, Lima. Peru, we're in Peru. Peruvian. Peru. Way over melt. Well, I wouldn't say way over melt. It's probably a couple bucks over melt now, but let's check. I'm going to guess it's $3 or $4 over melt, which isn't bad for a coin from 1806. So here we go. 1806, 2 reals. What do you guys think about Spanish colonials? Tell me in the comments. Do we like Spanish colonials? They're pretty cool, aren't they? Yeah, so I paid $10 and some change. This one, the melt on it is $7.39. It's about 1/5 of an ounce of silver. So 5 of these would be an ounce of silver. If I got that right. I'm pretty sure I'm right. So that would be 5 of these would be 10 reals. So 10 reals would be an ounce of silver. For those of you keeping tabs. It wouldn't quite be exact, but it'd be really freaking close. So 10 reals will get you an ounce of silver. And 8 reals will get you a pillar dollar. All right. Bam. 1806, there it is. And Lima, Peru. This one is not. This is the Mexican one. So we got to find the Lima Lima, Las Vegas. Oh, wait. That's not it. Lima. Are you Lima? Let's see if this is Lima. Ooh. There it is. Lima, Peru. Isn't it pretty? Same silver weight, so nothing changed there. 1806 is your pretty much standard coin. Yeah. All right. So we gotta move on to the next year in our little. Will you hold? There we go. Let's see if that holds. I guess this phone's too heavy for the tripod. I don't know, guys. I do try to do better camera work than I do. All right. Oh, it's been a long week at work, I gotta tell you. So we're going to 1805. Here's our 1805 coin. It's from the B Mint. I think that's Salzburg. We'll have to check. We paid $4.50 for this coin, which will be under melt, I predict. That'll be under melt. Because it's 6 grams, so it's going to be about 3.5 grams of silver. And it'll be right at melt, or maybe just a touch over, but it's going to be really close to melt. All right. So this coin is a 20 Kruchar, something like that, coin. And it's spelled Kreuzer. So in English, we were kind of barbarians. We'd pronounce that cruiser, but it's Kreutzer or something like that. And I'm sure I'm saying it wrong even now. And here we go, guys. This is the coin. The melt value is $4.75, and we paid $4.50. So my instinct was it'd be really close to melt one way or the other. And my instincts were right. All right, let's see if there's anything spectacular about 1805B. 8,402,000. Doesn't seem very spectacular. All right. But we got it under melt. Who cares, right? Now, I do want to check real quick what the B Mint in Austria is. So let's hold that thought.
No, I'm talking to the animals.
Okay, so the B Mint actually wasn't Salzburg. It's Bratislava, also known as Pressburg. Have you ever heard of Bratislava?
No.
What about Pressburg?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Oh, wow. So there you go. And now we need to know where is Bratislava. So let's find out where Bratislava is now. I guess in Hungary.
I would guess Russia.
Well, it's Slavic tongue, so yeah, that would make sense. Although I think the Hungarians might argue with that. I'm sure I'm going to piss somebody off. Slovakia. It's in Slovakia. Slovakia. Okay. Well, so technically, if you were doing silver coins around the world, this would be a Slovakian coin. So keep that in mind for your silver coins around the world collections, guys. Any of these old 20 Kruchars, however you say it, you're going to get them. They're going to, the B Mint mark, that's you just taking a country off your list. So that's a, I mean, you can get them under meld, I promise. I promise. All right, next up, we've got 1804. 1804. Now, this is one I actually had to buy specifically for this. So I always tell you guys when I bought something specifically for the fun run. This one I bought specifically for the fun run. It was a cheap coin, but So we're on 1804. So let me zoom in. It's a tiny little Billin coin. That may or may not focus. There we go. So this is one Koshar land Munz. And it's from Hesse. Hesse, Hermstadt, 1804, one Koshar. Here is the obverse of the coin. And it's a lion with two tails and a mint mark. See the mint mark? One on each side of the lion. Alright, let's find that coin. Here is the coin in question. Let's see. Okay, we'll try again. And you can see here that right there it says it's made of silver. 0.187. The ASW on this is probably like a 10 ore. Probably less than that, actually. Yeah, it's probably half of a 10 ore. It's a very small amount of silver. You can buy with this amount of silver, you could probably buy a Tootsie Roll or two. I mean, like a very small purchase. All right. But that's cool. You know, if you can get this at melt, it's still awesome. But I did not. I think I paid like $4 for it. Not an expensive coin. They say it's an expensive coin. I didn't pay expensive money for it because, you know, it's not in great condition either. So, you know, that condition matters when you start. Well, condition matters for every coin, but it really starts mattering when you get in these old coins. So that mint mark on there is HD. It appears. So let's see if ours looks like an 8. Yep, HD. There we go. And it's Hestonstadt is the name of the place. So HD makes a lot of sense. It doesn't mean high definition, guys. Okay. And then the reverse of the coin, it's got the denomination, the year, and this Landmunz. So let's see what that is. Landmunz. I've seen that on other German coins. So let's see what that is. I believe that has something to do with a land tax, but I could be wrong. Or maybe I know certain coinages and monies in these days were based on land. The colonial script in, say, Pennsylvania, I know was based on land, and it did well. Whereas the unbacked stuff, not so much. So you guys can really learn the history of a country through learning the history of its money. So Landmunz, I put it in, and all I get is a bunch of coins. Let me see. What is it? Landmunz. Yeah, I just got a bunch of coins showing up. I don't have any. I just want to know what it means, guys. Oh, you know, all the people in the chat are probably screaming at me. You dummy, you don't know what Landmunz is? It's not moons, it's moonsy. You know, something like that. Them guys, they're for yours. What is it? There we go. Let's see. Well, now, it's just showing me coins. AI isn't even popping up to help me out. Well, maybe CoinQuest will help. CoinQuest gets pretty involved. They're pretty cool. I like CoinQuest. Let's see what we got here. Now, I actually have one of these coins, and I could have used this coin instead of, I think it was an 1803 or something, but I had a different coin from 1803 I thought was cooler. Landmunz. It means country coinage. Okay, so it just means country money. I don't know if that means rural. It could be rural, or does it mean literally the country of Hesse, Darmstadt? Okay. Well, anyway, that's all we got for today, guys. Find all the silver coins of your dreams and other collectibles, and we'll get the silver run done eventually. Like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and thanks again for all that you do, guys. You are the cool kids that make all this possible. Have an amazing day.